All right. What's up? What's good? What's going on? Welcome back to the War Zone. Once again, here we are with UFC Fight Night, Vegas 61, Mackenzie Dern versus Xiaonan. So what we're gonna do is, man, we're gonna do some predictions and some parlay picks from this entire card. We're going to start from the early prelims and work our way all the way up to the main card. So let's not even waste any time. Let's get right into it. First up, we have Mike Davis versus Viacheslav Borshchev. So in this case, man, Mike Davis, man, he's been on a year and a half layoff. But this guy is got some serious power. He's fast, he's athletic, he can grapple very well. He throws great combinations, and he's just an all-around, well-rounded fighter. Now, Viacheslav Borshchev, this guy is a good striker. Kickboxing background. He has power, decent power. Suspect takedown defense, though. But I like his jab and his kicks. So, however, in this one, man, I'm going to have to go with Mike Davis. He is a definite candidate for a parlay. So I say bet Mike Davis on this one. I think he wins by unanimous decision. We may even see a knockout in this one late in the fight. So, Mike Davis. Next up, we've got Jessica Penne versus Tabatha Ricci. So, Jessica Penne, she's been around the block. She's a 15-year vet. Solid experience. Okay striker. Okay grappler. She does love to put pressure on her opponents. But Jessica Penny's just one of those fighters who just can't seem to get to that next level and get over the hump. However, when we're looking at Tabatha Ricci, man, excellent grappler. She's a sub threat, man. She has great ground control. If she does get you to the ground, she will wear down her opponent. She's got great hips and pressure on the ground. This to me is a sure pick. I say bet. I'm gonna take Tabatha Ricci. I'm gonna add her to another potential parlay piece. But I'm definitely. I would bet on Tabatha Ricci in this fight. I think she subs her in round 2 or 3. So, Tabatha Ricci by submission. Next up, we got heavyweights. We got Max Grishin, light heavyweights actually. Philipe Lins is making his light heavyweight debut. Max Grishin, man, really big hands. This guy throws really big overhands. He can counter. I like the way he counters, man. He's very patient. He waits for his opponents to get out of position. He loves to counter, and this guy will finish you. He loves to finish fights. Philipe Lins, man, former heavyweight. This is his, like I said, this is his debut. He can grapple. He has power. He has Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he likes to put pressure on his opponents. Now, this is a very close fight to pick. I say do not bet on this fight. Wow, I mean, you guys can pick your poison in this one, but I'm gonna ever so slightly lean towards Max Grishin because he is used to the division. Philipe Lins is coming down. Max Grishin has that real power and finishing ability. I just don't know how Philipe Lins is going to do in the light heavyweight division. So, stay away from this one. Moving on, we've got Joaquim Silva versus Jesse Ronson. Joaquim Silva, let's talk about this guy, man. He's got BJJ, educated hands, very explosive. He is a KO threat. He's got real power. But this guy's had 3 fights in 3 years. So Jesse Ronson, man, he throws a lot of volume. He puts a excellent pace on his opponents. Very deceptive power. Decent BJJ, and he's got good cardio. So this is another one of those fights, man, that I would really probably want to stay away from. But I'm, safe. I think Joaquim Silva gets the win in this one, man. He gets an edge. I think it's going to be 29-28 decision. But I wouldn't bet on this fight because this fight could go either way. So we don't know what Silva's going to show up. 3 fights in 3 years. It's totally inactive. Hopefully he comes in shape and he does his thing. But yeah, I really would stay away from that one. All right. Next up, we've got John Castaneda against Daniel Santos. Oh man, John Castaneda, man. This guy is very aggressive, very high-paced fighter. Throws a lot of volume, fast hands. This guy uses his hands to set up his takedowns. And he looks to outwork his opponents, man. His cardio, I love his cardio. Daniel Santos, he's got that simple high guard, and he likes to come forward, man, and let his hands go once he's in the pocket. He's got decent takedown defense, BJJ. He's got kicks, but I don't know how well his style of fighting is going to work for him against someone, so fast and throws so much volume and has great footwork like Castaneda. Castaneda is, to me, a safe bet in this one. So I'm going to go with John Castaneda. I think he pulls out a unanimous decision win in this one. Parlay piece, I mean, you guys can make that decision. At the end of this video, I will be giving you guys my parlay picks, who I think are safe. But Castaneda may be one of those. All right. Next up, we've got Julija Stoliarenko against Chelsea Chandler. When I'm looking at Julija Stoliarenko, bad takedowns. I mean, she just sucks at taking her opponents down. But she does have decent BJJ off of her back. Suspect striker, gets hit a lot, but she's got really strong kicks, and she's coming to fight. She is definitely coming to brawl. Chelsea Chandler's making her debut, man. This girl has power. She comes forward, heavy hands, grappling, very strong. Loves to push her opponents against the cage and bully them to the ground. Great ground control and ground and pound when she does get the fight to the ground. I'm not betting on this. But I am giving an edge in this one to Chelsea Chandler. I think she gets it done. Stoliarenko, though, you got to remember she is experienced, so it's going to be a lot tougher, I believe. But I believe that Chelsea Chandler has what it takes to get it done. So I'm going with Chelsea by decision. So next up, we've got Randy Costa against Guido Cannetti. So this is another tough matchup. However, when I'm looking at this card, man, I think I'm seeing a trend here with the UFC. I think they're trying to clean out the UFC. I've said this before. And if you notice, there are some older fighters on this card, and I think that's what Dana White is trying to figure out, who he's going to let go. So we have Randy Costa, man. This guy, he's got great hands, power. He is a finisher. He has the height and reach in this one. He's a great fighter from range. He has takedown defense, really heavy kicks, but he is hittable. Now Guido Cannetti. Guido is 43 years old, man, and this is just one of the fighters that I was mentioning. He's a striker. He's got decent footwork. He's got decent kicks, and he throws volume. He can grapple, and he's just a tough fighter. It's not going to be an easy job, but I'm giving the advantage to Randy Costa in this one. You guys pick your poison in this one. I'm not betting on this fight because Guido can clearly give Randy some problems and possibly win this fight. So, but I'm going with Randy Costa, man, by decision, split decision in this one, man. Moving on. Next up, we've got Sodiq Yusuff against Dern Shainis. So Sodiq Yusuff, man, great striker, got good power, just an all-around athlete, man. This guy is 6-1 in the UFC, man. He outstrikes all of his opponents. This guy can grapple. He can scramble. This guy's lightning fast. Dern Shainis is taking this fight on short notice, but he's very tough, very strong. He can grapple, and he's got really heavy hands. But Sodiq Yusuff, man, is definitely got solid defense, man. Sodiq Yusuff is definitely a safe bet, I would say. I can never say sure, but safe bet. So he is a parlay piece, man, that you might want to consider out of this card and these lineups, man. I just think he's too technical, and he's just a better all-around fighter, and I think he gets it done. Next up, we've got heavyweights. Here's another one of those dinosaurs that I was speaking of. We've got Aleksei Oleinik against Ilir Latifi. Now, Aleksei Oleinik, man, this guy's 45 years old, man. We all know that this guy's an experienced grappler. He's a sub-threat, but he's got a suspect chin, and he is just very old for the UFC. He's 45. I think Dana is just trying to eliminate some of these guys and cut some contracts because he's been signing a lot of guys from the Contender Series. So, Ilir Latifi, he's a smaller heavyweight. He's around 205, 210 pounds, man. But he's a wrestler. He has power. He can take you down. He does tend to slow down, as does Oleinik, as the fight goes on. But Ilir Latifi has a great chin, man. And Oleinik is not really a threat on the feet. He's more of a threat on the ground. But I'm not betting on this one. No bet. because I just don't know, man. I mean, if Ilir gasses out and hits the ground, he could be in trouble. Who knows? But I am giving the edge to Ilir Latifi because he is the younger fighter. So Ilir Latifi wins this by decision. All right, next up, we've got Hani Barcelos against Trevin Jones. This is a lock pick for me, man, and parlay piece. Ronnie Barcelos, man. I'm going to go with him in this one, man. All around good fighter, man. This guy is a problem. BJJ, he's got power, he's got kicks. He's a problem everywhere. This guy can grapple, and his takedown defense is good. So, I mean, this is a no-brainer for me. This is definitely a parlay piece. Trevin Jones, though, he does have decent power. He's strong, heavy hands, decent takedown defense. He's got BJJ as well, man. But he's kind of gun shy in his fights, man. And I just don't like that about fighters, man, who gets in the ring and just I don't get it. Get hit and not hit back, you know. So I've got all the confidence in the world in Ronnie Barcelos to pull this out. So that's why I say definite parlay pick for this card. All right, next up, we've got Randy Brown versus Francisco Trinaldo. Randy Brown, man, this guy's a rangy striker, man. This guy's great from a distance, man. Decent takedown defense. He has a big height and reach advantage in this fight. Big kicks, and this guy's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So Francisco Trinaldo, here's another dinosaur. 44 years old. However, he's got 2 wins in a row in the UFC, man. This guy can grapple. He's strong. He's got power, and he's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. However, man, I just think that this card right here, man, is the card that's going to eliminate some of these older fighters, man. And I think Randy Brown gets it done. I'm giving him the edge in this. I think he wins a decision. I think with his range, Trinaldo's going to have to grapple and in order to win this fight, I believe. And Randy Brown is just he's good enough in jiu-jitsu, man, to not get any real trouble. So I got Randy Brown by decision in this. Really tough fight. I'm staying away from this fight as well. So Randy Brown, decision. Next up, we've got Brendan Allen against Krzysztof Jotko. Wow. This is another a decent matchup. However, Brendan Allen, rangy, striker. He's got BJJ, kicks, grappling. He loves, and now I noticed lately he's starting to mix it up. You know, he's definitely been concentrating more on his striking lately. However, he's going up against Krzysztof Jotko, man. He's very fast, very athletic, great footwork. He has been known to bully his opponents, man. He's got takedown defense, grappling as well. And I just trust his skill set, man. So I say bet on Krzysztof Jotko in this one. Because I just think that he's more consistent. Brendan Allen, I don't know which one's going to show up. So I'm going to go with Krzysztof Jotko, man. And I think it's a safe bet. However, he is not a part of my parlay piece. But definitely a safe bet. So I got Krzysztof Jotko by decision. All right, people, here we are with the main event of the evening. We've got Mackenzie Dern versus Xiaonan Yan. Now, when I'm looking at this fight, wow, this is tough, man. Mackenzie Dern, we all know this girl is a BJJ problem. She's got great ground game if she can get the fight to the ground, man. Her takedowns have been absolutely terrible. She just hasn't had much success lately getting fights to the ground. However, she is very tough. She is going to be in your face from the first round to the closing bell. Xiaonan Yan, we all know she's a boxer. She'll fight anyway. She needs to fight. She throws a lot of volume. This girl can brawl. She's very dangerous, and she's fought high-level competition, man. So that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of torn in this one, man. You guys pick your poison. I think either one of these women can win this fight. For some reason, man, I just think Xiaonan Yan is going to outstrike Mackenzie Dern. But at the same time, I say Mackenzie Dern is just so tough, man, and so durable and so good that she's gonna win. So I'm torn in this one, but I do think Dern, if I was to give somebody the edge, I would give Dern the edge, man. However, man, stay away from this fight, man, if you're trying to bet. And so here we go, people. I'm gonna give you my parlay choices for this card. My parlay suggestions for this card: Fight Night, Vegas 61, R. Tabatha Ricci, Ronnie Barcelos, Sodiq Yusuff, and Mike Davis. And by the way, you can also throw Christoph Jocko in there as well, man. I think those 5 fighters, man, will give you the best chance. You mix and match it the way you want, but Tabatha Ricci, Ronnie Barcelos, Sodiq Yusuff, Mike Davis, and I think Christoph Jocko is another one that you can possibly throw in for parlay. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate you, man. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit the bell icon for notifications. Peace and blessings to all. Please check us out. We go live. We'll be going live for the Contender Series. We may even be going live for Bellator coming up this weekend. But definitely all the UFC cards, man, we go live. So check our channel out, man. And join up, man, and join our community. We have a great community, and we would love to have you. So, peace and blessings once again, and I'm out.